Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran Sokoudjou. Sok, how are you?
Good, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Sok, the name of the game is really random. That's where I ask you a random question and you give me the real answer. Some of these questions are custom made just for you, and some of these questions are generic ones that I ask all the people I interview. So, here's the first question. Superpower you'd love to have?
Superpower I'd love to have, understand women.
Nice. Good answer. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I'll say On Back, the Thai Warrior. I forget, but On Back, the first one, because all the other ones suck.
Movie you've seen the most times?
Man, Frozen with my kids. I've seen that movie so many times, I know pretty much every single word of it.
On 3, you're going to sing Let It Go for me. 1, 2, 3, go.
Come on, man.
Hey, I had to take a shot. Maybe you'd fall for it.
Come on, man. Why are you trying to... Another time. Let me get some practice and I'll try to sing for you.
Okay. We'll save that for next time. Is your favorite color red? Because whenever I think of you, I think of red. Red shorts, red ankle tape. I always think of red.
Yeah, for some reason, I try to get away from it because, I don't know, I just like red. And I think it brings some anger and some, I don't know, so I'm trying to be more peaceful and try to have some more friendly colors. But yeah, red has been my favorite color for a long time.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
PG-13 or R-rated? PG-13 would be Fanta. I love that crap. I cannot not drink Fanta. So...
Coming up on May 21st, you're going to be fighting at Venator FC3. How's training been going for the fight?
So far so good. You know, being busy putting some muscles on, and starting Monday would be about, getting my weight down. So...
Do you have a multiple fight deal with this organization, or is this just a one-off?
For now, it's just one fight, for now.
You're fighting Matt Hamill. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
I mean, we all know he's a good wrestler, probably strong, good wrestler, and that's his domain. I'm not going to try to go there and try to be a wrestler. He's known for it. I just got to go there and make sure I don't get sucked into a wrestling game and whatnot. So that's pretty much, that sums up like what I will need to do for this fight and everything.
What do you know about this organization, Venator FC? Obviously, they've been in the media a lot recently because they've signed some pretty controversial fighters, Mayhem Miller, Paul Harris, guys like that. What do you know about this organization?
To tell the truth, I don't want to lie and tell you I know everything that they should. I have my manager who's been dealing with them, and it's once I get to Milan and have to deal with them directly that I will give you an honest answer. Right now, it's been just me and my manager in the middle doing all the transactions. All I know is who I'm fighting, when I'm fighting, where I'm fighting, how much money I'm making, and,
You've fought in different countries in the past, but never in Italy. How much are you looking forward to fighting in Italy?
Oh, you know what? I'm excited because I've been in Italy only for like a couple of days, and now I'll be there for almost a week. And I'm not sure about the fans out there yet, but the only fact that I got to go to Milan, see a new city, maybe go to Rome, where I'm going to be a kind of religious guy, so go to the Vatican, go to all these fun places, So then I got to beat some. Well, I can't even talk shit because he can't understand. He can't hear, huh? So I got to beat up on some guy out there, and so it will be fun. I'm excited.
Who's going to be cornering you for the fight?
I got a couple guys. Ed Buckley, I've worked with him for at least 5 years now, and he'll be there with me. And also Gokhan, one of my managers also. And so those will be my two coming for this fight.
Besides fighting, what are you passionate about?
You know what? Dancing, especially salsa, and believe it or not, country dancing, and then going to compete at I do 3-gun competition. So those are a few things I like, and then riding my motorcycle. So those are the few things I enjoy doing now. It's pretty interesting. Those you watch all those Dancing with the Stars, you talk trash, but then when you get on the dance floor, you realize, holy crap, that crap is hard.
Do you have any pre-fight rituals or superstitions?
You know what? Usually the pre-fight ritual is get out of the hotel, go out to the shopping, just kind of keeping my mind busy, because you don't want to start beating yourself from the time you wake up. And I don't want to be one of those guys who sleep all the way to fight time. I usually keep the same routine. Wake up in the morning, get my breakfast, go out, get on the phone, do what I usually do when I'm home, and then go out and go do something, go to the mall, because most of the time hotels will stay are close to like shopping centers, get some presents for family and friends, and go in and get some lunch, and start getting ready for the fight. And then when I get there, just try to stay relaxed as much as possible. So I used to be kind of try to do this. Now it's just, hey, it's a fight. You train well, you're gonna beat some people up. You don't train, it's all about not making too many mistakes in the fight, making sure you're there. So everything you can do before doesn't count. It's just what you do during the fight.
Do you have any post-fight rituals?
Should drink a bunch of Fanta and eat a bunch of freaking burgers, man. Because most of my fights, I got to cut weight. So after that, I'm like, because actually, after the weigh-ins, what I usually like to eat is a big-ass steak. So that's the only ritual I try to keep consistent. But after the fight, I try to eat the nastiest burger ever, and then the biggest Fanta I can find, orange.
If you could trade places with anyone in the world for a week, who would you trade places with, and why?
You know what? I don't know. That's kind of interesting, because I love my life right now. I will not trade it for, I got 2 kids that drive me nuts sometimes, but I can't get enough of. And I don't know. It's true, we always want more money, more this and more that, but right now I'm at a place where, I don't know, probably just me, myself. If I can trade place with me, I'll be cool.
Go-to song when you're singing in the shower?
It depends on the mood, It used to be a John Legend, Let's Go to the Park. That's what comes most of the time.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? Actually, I'll say croissant. For some reason, pastry is something I enjoy. When I go to Europe, that's the first thing I eat, croissants. So I don't know if that counts as food, but it should. I love that crap.
Least favorite food?
My daughter starts eating seaweed, and she loves it. I tried to taste it the other day. I couldn't believe you call that. People will do eat that.
Yeah.
Seaweed, probably. Yeah, I don't know how, but that's not something I'll ever eat again.
Favorite restaurant?
You know what? There's an Indian restaurant in Vegas. I forget the name. I love going out there to make some good food. It's by, what you call that? What's that hotel where they always have the tough finales?
The Hard Rock?
The Hard Rock.
Okay.
The Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to it. Every time I go to Vegas, I have to stop there and eat Indian food out there. I cannot remember the name of the place.
Remember the time you got robbed in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But hey, it's part of the sport, Like I said, don't ever leave the decision. Don't let the judge, make the decision for you. You got to. And he was a local guy. Mm-hmm. Was in his hometown, and no matter what. Like I told people, if you come fight me in my village, you can knock me out, they'll wake me up, and I'll still win the fight because that's my village. So, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Are you banned from fighting in World Series of Fighting? Because I remember the last time I saw you and Ray Sefo together, you guys weren't exactly buddies.
That's a good point. point, now it makes sense, because actually I emailed Richard for a little bit ago about fighting for them, but he never got back to me. Okay, that makes sense now. I completely forgot about that. That's a good reminder. I guess actually there's my answer, because I emailed them, I don't know how long ago, and I never heard back from them. So I guess, that's what you call that, karma?
Yeah. That's so funny. Because I was thinking, you'd be a great candidate for World Series of Fighting. Then I'm remembering the Super Hulk tournament with Sokoudjou versus Jan the Giant, and Ray Seppo wanted to kill you. I remember that.
Actually, after that, we got to fly together to Australia, and he was cool. We talked, and I was like, dude, I kind of apologized a little bit. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, you don't touch me because you might kill me. And then, we became friends, because, that's what I thought anyway.
Right.
He seemed pretty cool after that, and he was like, man, I understand. I was a fighter. I understand the emotion when not. But he's like, hey, don't do that again. I'll slap you. I was like, yeah, okay, B. Okay. You know what? Now that you bring it up, now it makes sense why I never heard back from him. Mm-hmm. So, that'll teach me a lesson, I guess.
One thing I always wanted to ask you was, why were you so angry during that tournament? Because you had just defeated Jan the Giant, but then you kept hitting him after the referee was trying to stop it. Then the next round against Bob Sapp, you were like pissed off at the referee that he was stopping it. You started to like push the referee. It was kind of strange, that whole situation. What was going on at that point in time? Why were you so angry during that tournament?
I don't know. I think against Jan, I'll tell the truth. I don't know. I think I was just being a douchebag. I cannot tell that there's anything other than me being stupid. But against Bob Sapp, he was still moving. I was like, dude, I don't want to have that's controversy. Why did the referee jump in too early? Because Bob Sapp was still moving when I was punching him, and he was still somewhat defending himself. So I'm like, dude, now it's going to be, too early stoppage. No, early stoppage. He stopped him early. So now I remember that exact moment, because I was like, dude is still moving. He didn't, that's why.
Right. What do you remember about that tournament? Because obviously that was a crazy tournament. You had all these guys who were from different weight classes. You had guys who were middleweights, light heavyweights, heavyweights, super heavyweights. It was a very interesting tournament, and the way it played out, it was very interesting to have you and Minimal Man in the final. That was a very crazy fight. We don't have to relive it if you don't want to, but...
like I say, every single experience I've had, good, bad, made me the man I am. I know I lost that fight out of I don't know how I did lose it, but freaking sucks. But it was interesting because the biggest guy kind of got out early. Mm-hmm. Like they say, size doesn't matter, because you had freaking Hongman Choi. Was it Hong? Yeah,
Hongman Choi fought against Jose Canseco in the first round, and Canseco got TKO'd. And then in the second round, Minimal Man leg-locked Hongman Choi. And in the second round, you beat Bob Sapp.
We all started with all the big guys and the little guys.
Yeah.
Actually, the littlest guy won the tournament.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
that was a crazy tournament, a crazy final, where he kind of like made you fall asleep for a minute. There was no action, and then he attacked. It was kind of like that was his whole plan, was to do nothing, and then when you thought he was going to do nothing, he did something, and that's what ended it. Crazy tournament. One thing I wanted to ask you about that was, do you remember the artwork that they had? They had you in this like I don't know, it was like an African traditional outfit. Did they ever let you keep that?
They had Bob Sapp like a flying.
Yeah. They had Jose Canseco like swinging to hit a home run. They had Mark Hunt. He was like a Samoan warrior guy, and then they had Gegard Mousasi. He was supposed to be like a samurai or something. Did you ever get to keep any of that artwork? Did they let you keep your guy? Do you have any of that at your house?
No, I never. Hold on, those were just animations. Not actual.
Like they didn't have like a poster or something like I know that was like just like graphics they'd put up on the screen, but they never had like a hard copy to give to you.
No, because no, they never did. No, they never. Because I remember when they were promoting the tournament, I couldn't make it to Japan, so they had a big cardboard of myself. against Jan where he was posting. But other than that, no, everything was digital. There was there was no actual hard copy of anything. Everything was just computerized, and it was just weird.
Interesting. I always wanted to know about that because those were some pretty cool drawings, if I remember.
Yeah, no, because I know they're pretty, good with giving. Like then, when he won the Grand Prix 2004, they gave him the cover for the ring. So they're pretty good at giving things away. The only thing I never got to keep were the gloves, dude. I remember I fought the same night as Joe Warren. Joe Warren, I think he lost against Bibiani at one of the fights. I don't remember which one it was. But then he was so angry to where they wanted to get his gloves back. And this little Japanese, I'm here, a big guy, freaking all, 200 and plus pounds. She comes and grabs my gloves and runs with them. And then she's afraid to go to freaking Joe, and then she wants me to go get the gloves back. I'm like, no. So they will never let you keep the gloves for some reason. So I try to steal them, put them in my bag, do everything. They were like, no, you don't leave Japan if you don't give us a glove back.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense because I saw on eBay someone was selling them for like $27,000, those dream gloves. So that makes sense now that you're saying that they never let anyone get to keep them. They're obviously very, very rare.
Yeah,
so,
Pride, Dream, they'll never, ever. They were like, you can buy them.
Yeah.
But the one you fought with, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate because they're so sweet. I love those gloves. They look awesome. Right? And you have none of them. It sucks. That's terrible. Yeah. How about KSW? They had similar gloves. They were white, and you fought for them. You were their champion. Did you get to keep those?
They were cool. I have like 2 or 3 pairs. They were pretty cool. They're pretty cool guys. They will give you everything you want. Like they gave me 2 pairs. I think I have like 4. I had 4 of them, and my corners kind of took some. No, with them, you want something, you go talk to the guy who like, don't worry about it, we got you, and then they'll give it to you the next day. They're pretty cool guys. So.
You fought in the past for UFC, Pride, Bellator, Strikeforce, Dream, Affliction, WEC, KSW, all these organizations that have been around. Some still are around, some are no longer around, but you fought for many, many organizations throughout your career. What organization that you fought for during your career have you enjoyed fighting for the most?
You know what? People always ask me that question, what organization I enjoy. It's not about, they're all different at different levels, Usually all I care about is show up, make weight, fight, go home. Usually my managers deal with all the little details, I understand everybody's got a job to do. My job isn't to go there and give them 5 stars ratings or 2 stars. My job is to get there, fight, and go home, which till today, I've done. I can go on and say some organizations still owe me money from fighting for them and not paying me that, but it's part of the game. You take some risks, and sometimes it pays, sometimes it doesn't. But I haven't had, what can I say? I always get there. I always get picked up, brought to the hotel, the weigh-in. Everything has always been, according to what I'm used to. Now, when it comes down to what organization treats you better or not, I'm not a freaking high maintenance kind of guy. I show up, just get a room, do my thing, and go home. So maybe my managers who deal with them would maybe be the people you want to talk to, because for me, it's like, hey, how much money do I make? Who do I fight? When do I fight? Where do I fight? Once I have all those answers, man, I'm good.
Everyone always says the greatest moments of your mixed martial arts career are your knockout wins over Antonio Rogerio Nogueira and Ricardo Arona. Everyone always says that those are the best moments of your career. What's the better moment, the win over Nogueira or the win over Arona, in your opinion?
I'll say Nogueira, because at that time, people were telling me, hey, dude, look, this dude is training with the national boxing team in Brazil. He's a boxer. He's this, he's that. So, man, his boxing, I was getting all these feedback from everybody who was interviewing me, talking about the fight and whatnot. So going into that fight, I'm like, man, he's a boxer. So that's probably why for that fight I trained so much with my kicks, because I thought, well, if he's a boxer, there's no way I can box him, so I'd rather just kick him. So my thing was try to kick the shit out of him. Don't go to the ground because he's a black belt. And out of nowhere, I hit him with a punch, and then he went down. So that was pretty cool.
Can those moments against Nogueira and Arona, can those moments that are considered the best of your career, can those moments be topped?
You never know what the future can bring, I'm looking, like every time you have something for the first time, you always want that to come back, and you keep trying, you keep looking for it. So hopefully it will come back, and I will have a chance to tap it up, like you said.
For the most part, not every fight, but a majority of the fights I've seen you in, you always have a heavily wrapped knee. Why do you do that?
Well, it's because every time I do fight a wrestler, I train with wrestlers, and I always tweak my knee. Just like for this fight, I hurt my knee training with a guy because I'm not a wrestler, and I'm not used to all those double and single leg, and my knee always end up somehow bent a funny way. So if you notice, every single fight my knee is taped is because I'm training for a wrestler. And I got to wrestle.
Okay.
And I don't know how wrestlers do this without breaking their knees all the time, but it's just every time someone tries to do some crazy single or double leg on my knee, I always find a way to hurt it.
Interesting, because that's become kind of your trademark over the years.
Yeah, because if you look like Arona, I remember going into that fight, I could not sit, I could not bend my knee to sit without screaming. I remember we went to the zoo that day, and then I was trying to jump on an elephant, and Ben was trying to help me, and then he pushed me up. Dude, I screamed like a little girl. I was like, ah. So it is just, all the training. So when I get old and I retire, I think I'm going to just be freaking all beat up and all need tape everywhere.
During your career, you fought all over the United States, Japan, Russia, Poland, South Korea, Abu Dhabi, Australia, England, and a bunch of different countries. I know I'm forgetting. You fought truly you have fought all over the world. Of the countries that you fought in, what was your favorite country to fight in?
You know what? My favorite country to fight in, I would say probably Japan. Well, I want to say Japan because I've always dreamed to go to Japan. But I had a little bit of a letdown because in my mind I thought I'll see samurais walking down the street on horses, and I'll see all, my mind was Japan back like in the 20s, or I don't know, in the 1800s, where everybody had a horse, everybody was wearing Japanese freaking ninja armors. But then I got there, I see McDonald's, I see freaking everything I see in California. So, but still, Japan has always been the place I wanted to go as a kid because, doing judo, that's where judo started. And I had a chance to go to the Kodokan, which was freaking awesome.
What do you prefer, the cage or the ring?
You know what, it depends on who I'm fighting, because if I'm the one doing the takedowns, I'd rather go to the cage because I can use the cage to take the other guy down. Like I think one of my last fight against Paul Buentello, I was trying to take him down, and dude was just hanging on the ropes. So usually when you fight a guy who knows how to use the ropes, it's hard to take him down because you got too many tricks you can now. And then if I fight a guy, I need enough room to get away from. Just like if I fight a guy who tried to take me down, the cage would be awesome because it's round. I can circle as much as I want without being stuck in the corner. So it all depends and on the opponent and many factors, but both of them have their positive and negatives. When
was the last time you had short hair?
Dude, like 2001.
I was very curious to know about that because I've never seen you with short hair. For as long as I've been watching you fight, you always had the dreadlocks, so I had to know. How long does this go back? So 01.
Yeah. Dude, because in Cameroon, for me to get a haircut, it costs like, if I were to, like about 15 or 25 cents because it's so cheap. So I moved to the U.S., I go to the barbershop, dude tell me $15, like $30. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
I just let my hair grow. I'm like, that's cheaper. But now it costs me a bunch of money on freaking conditioners, shampoos, and all this crap. So, yeah, it was cheaper for me to just keep my hair.
sorry for my ignorance, but how exactly do you wash your hair? Give me the process.
No, I mean, just like everybody else, jump in the shower, shampoo, and when I'm done, conditioner, once a couple times a week. No, I didn't, unlike other people where they got to go to the shop and have them treated. My hair is so curly to where after 1 or 2 days, dreads were just starting to, like as a kid, I had to comb my hair every day, otherwise I'll never be able to. So I had a freaking really curly hair. Even my son's hair, you cannot comb his hair without him screaming death, because somehow I have really curly hair and he also does, and he even had dreads as a kid. I had to cut them out because going to school with all the germs in school, I didn't want them to bring any home. But I just wash my hair normal, like shampoo, conditioner, and I don't do anything.
At any point in your career, did you ever consider getting rid of the long hair? Because obviously, I got to assume that people have been grabbing it, whether it's in training or in fights, and, sometimes you might have a tough weight cut. There's got to be some weight in that hair. You might have to lop some of it up. We saw Daniel Strauss in Bellator. He had to lose his hair because he was having a tough time making weight. Did you ever, at any point in your career, consider getting rid of the long dreadlocks?
Not really, because that's, for one, it's my trademark. And then if someone were to grab it during a fight, that's just good for me. That means their hands are busy, so I can punch them. So, no, I haven't. No, training, no, because training, that means I'm busy punching or kicking someone. So for them to grab my hair, that means they have to be super, extra good, because you cannot focus on grabbing someone's hair when you're in a situation where they might punch a hole in your face. So it hasn't been a problem just yet, so no.
Good points. Points.
Just like people who used to wear the gi in competition, they're like, well, but aren't you afraid that people will grab your gi? Yeah, I'm not, because once they grab my gi, guess what? Now they don't have any hand to defend themselves.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I see.
The gi kind of went away when Vanderlei Silva knocked out Nakamura.
Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking. Because he took it out, he got knocked out.
Yeah, he's like, stupid gi, I'm getting rid of this thing, and then he got knocked out. It was the gi's fault that he was having trouble. Yeah, that's funny. Do you have any plans in doing some more kickboxing? Because I know that you've done some kickboxing bouts in the past. Do you have any interest in doing more of that?
You know what? I would love to, because actually this guy, RT11, is actually training here in San Diego, and I'm trying to get to, because before I take any fight, I got to make sure I train with guys who actually do kickboxing, because MMA striking is way different than, striking for Muay Thai or whatnot, So I would love to, because I would be interested to fight in Lions fight or whatnot, but when I had a contract with Bellator, it was a little different, because they won't let you do anything. But now that I can fight for whomever and whenever, I'm going to try to go to one of these events and try to find a way to jump in and, get a fight or two. I would love to do a Muay Thai fight.
What exactly happened with Bellator? Because I thought this was a match made in heaven. You were reunited with Scott Coker. You fought for him when you fought for Strikeforce against Gegard Mousasi. I thought they were going to keep you around. It kind of made sense. They're starting this kickboxing organization. You can do that. You do MMA. It seemed like a great fit, but then they cut you. So what exactly happened there?
I wish I could tell you. I didn't even know it was cut until I read it on social media. I don't know what happened. I cannot tell you. It's just one of those things where you just scratch your head and go, oh, really? I don't know. Usually people send you a letter or whatever, tell you, hey, we're doing this because of that. I was just home one day, and a friend of mine called me from Florida. I said, hey, sorry to hear that you got cut. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, yeah, what? Did you know about it? I'm like, no. So he sent me a thing on Facebook. I was like, oh, I guess that's me. Oh, yeah, that's how it happened.
Are you really bulletproof? Because I saw a video online of you blocking all these bullets. Are you really bulletproof? I think before you fought Linton Vassell.
Nah, it's what was that? That's an app on the phone where you can. But I like to think of myself as no 22 will go through my skin because those are like BB guns. But no, I don't think I'm bulletproof. Yeah. That's funny.
Favorite band and or solo artist?
I'll say Michael Jackson. You know, I was hoping to go watch him in England right before he died. I was kind of sad. You know, Michael Jackson was my guy.
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Man, all of them. Black and White probably will be the one that kind of I'll always go for, but all of them are just awesome.
Favorite social media platform?
Dude, social media is the devil. It'll get you in trouble. So actually, I'm getting ready to get rid of all my social media because, I don't know. I mean, I've been on Instagram most of the time, but I don't know, Facebook, so I don't know. It's helped me have a bunch of fake friends, I guess. So, I don't know.
Website you visit most often?
Website. Should probably... if I go to my history here, what would I see? Tell the truth, I don't... Probably Google, because does YouTube count?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube, because whenever I need to do something, I got to go on YouTube and see how it's done, and I'll do it. So YouTube probably will be the one place I always go for.
Piece of technology you can't live without?
Should my Apple TV.
If you could go on a $1 million shopping spree at any store, what store would you go on that $1 million shopping spree at?
The gun store. I'll get me a M4 shotgun, 12 gauge. I'll get me a AR with all the optics on it. I'm gonna get me a freaking 1911 with all the freaking, dude, those 3 guns. Because I like to compete 3 guns, and what I've seen out there is just insane. But yeah, the gun store.
Do you have any regrets, whether they're personal or professional?
Professional, I'll say no, because you got to freaking make mistakes so you can get better. Personal, I'll say yeah. I mean, we all have those regrets that, you know, sometimes you go to bed at night and then you just, you know, yeah, I do. A bunch, fortunately.
If you weren't a professional fighter, what would your job be?
You know, I used to tell people if I weren't a professional fighter, I'll be a porn star. I don't know, to tell the truth. As a kid, my mom wanted me to be a doctor, but I don't know. If I weren't a professional fighter, tell the truth, I don't know. That's a good question.
Before you were able to make fighting your full-time job, what kind of jobs did you work before that?
Dude, I was doing security. I was going to school, and I was doing security in 2 different clubs for a security company during the day, and I was going to school, so I was pretty busy all the time.
Some people are afraid of spiders, some people are afraid of heights, some people are afraid of the dark. What are you afraid of?
I'll say snakes.
Yeah, hate snakes. I'm with you. Yeah. What's the best thing that ever happened to you?
The best thing that ever happened to me, you know, my 2 kids meeting their mom, you know, so...
What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
The worst thing that ever happened to me, I want to say not being there for when my mom passed. But, you know, till today it still kind of messes with me a little bit.
What's your pet peeve?
What's my pet peeve? I wouldn't say it depends, but let me see. I don't know, just, I would say I'm kind of OCD, so you can imagine what that means. So walking in the room and seeing things all over the place would just kill me. And just being messy, pretty much.
Let's say you found a magic lamp, and you rubbed that magic lamp, and a genie appeared, and the genie said he was going to grant you 3 wishes. What would those 3 wishes be?
They tell me what the day I'll die, and then, I don't know. Dude, well, I guess I should have thought about this before I called you, huh? Just be healthy and live a happy life, you know, no matter what that means. You know, because some people will go for money, some people will go for, you know, just be happy and healthy. That'll be my 2, happy, healthy, and family. Those will be my 3.
What's your porn star name? If you combine your childhood pet with the street you grew up on, what would your porn star name be?
Man, I don't know. Can I say? I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me think. Dude, I don't know. Next time I'll tell you.
Okay. I mean, with a name like Sokoudjou, you really don't need a name like that.
Any nickname, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Just go with that. Time period you'd like to go back and visit, and why?
Dude, childhood, because adulting sucks.
Person you look up to the most?
I mean, it all depends, for my career, but Dan Henderson is someone, that I've always looked up to. So I'll say Dan Henderson.
What do you worry about? What's something that keeps you up at night?
Something that keeps me up at night? Lots of things, lots of personal things. But now with training and everything, now I go to sleep because I get beat up all day. I'm tired, so now I sleep. So, but my personal life, lots of things.
Best advice you ever given through life, and best advice you ever given through fighting, and who gave it to you?
Pretty much just doing the best. That applies to everything. Life isn't fair. Nothing is easy. So just like when against that fight in Canada against Ryan Jimo, was like, hey, life isn't fair. No matter what you do, don't expect people to always, treat you fairly. And no matter what it is, you just got to do what you do best. What's
your hidden talent?
Dude, my hidden talent? Wait, I can build some stuff. Yeah, I can be a good carpenter to my level.
Number one thing on your bucket list?
Well, my birthday is coming up, so we'll be skydiving, we'll be bungee jumping, and we'll be those are the two things that I really have to get on my bucket list.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would you change and why?
If I change one thing, just all the war and all the, just peace everywhere.
Last question, Sok. Let's say you were on death row and about to be executed. What would your last meal be? And I need an entree, a dessert, and a beverage. What would your last meal be?
Well, probably I will need yogurt, croissants, some food from Cameroon, and some chocolate ice cream. And don't forget Fanta that comes with the meal. So, yeah.
So, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Sponsors, I don't have a list in front of me, but to the fans, man, May 21st, be ready for an exciting fight, because striker versus grappler, and, I like the punch kick, so it will be exciting.
Sok, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it, and best of luck coming up on May 21st.
Thanks, man. And again, sorry for flaking on you a bunch of time. And I know we were supposed to do this a long time ago, and I kept being a little flake. So I'm glad we got to do that today.